Good morning. We're doing a special Under the Hood tonight. I'll explain it to you as we go. It's going to be a little dark, but we're going to do something different, okay? Okay, the reason I'm doing this in the dark, I'm just look over my house. This is where I sit, okay? Now, going back a long way, see my boy there. You see that window over there? I leave that window open where my baby's laid up there. That's a little bit. This is where I watch TV from. You see my angle? My corner cabinet. Okay, here's my TV. Now, for a long time, before there was MAGA, the GOP, I had a sleep disorder. And they tried to make it look like, now you see, I'm sitting right in the middle of my home, right the way I got my furniture set up. So last night, let me explain this and then I'll go back to what was going on. I watched the movie. Then when the movie was over, I go over, I stream TV. I go over, cut TV off, go over, unplug it, and go back and unplug my 5G. Because if I leave it on, they go through Roku, and I don't know, I think I may have got that fixed because I found a couple of places where devices could hook to my Roku that I didn't even know Roku had. 3, actually, where they were selling my data and didn't know it, and 2 connection spots that I didn't know about. Okay, so when I get up, I lean up to about right here, and a flash of light hits me right in the eyes from that area right there. Now, they for a long time, y'all gonna think this is kind of funny because they trying to make me look like a pervert sitting in my home looking out my window, right? A flash of light caught the corner of my eye. Now, I didn't look that way, and I'm not really sure where it come from because there's 2 houses over that way that they could possibly make it look like I was looking at. I don't have a camera. The only camera I got is this on this phone. So, it brought me back. When that flash of light hit me in my eye, I didn't look that way. I was actually looking down because I thought my phone was about to knock off, and it was a brush there that I was, and anyway, I looked down, but it took me back to when they have actually paid one woman in Prattville, of all places, to say, now for many years now, I went to bed at dark. And they had this woman say, we were in a campground in Prattville. Lie and say she looked up, that she was laying on her couch to sleep, and she looked up and I was looking in through her dang window. So they set up, they had the state police out there. I didn't know at the time what they were doing. It was just something. I was watching them out the window. I had my window shades open. I was getting my sheet and getting my bed ready to go to bed, and my wife or my ex was there with me. My ex was in the house with me in the camper, and they were trying to say that before dark I had walked out there, and the 2 cops the next day come out there and they was watching me walk around. I was just sitting there watching them back. Like I said, I had no idea, and I didn't find out until I noticed that a private investigator got hired. They followed me everywhere I went for 3 weeks. Finally, one day, this woman, she was an older lady that was a private, I guess she was the leader, the owner of it. Anyway, I saw her come out of the trailer, and she had a camera in the front of her car, a big old Lincoln. And she'd park right over there and keep that camera on me, and they had that one, and I just thought, dang, that's awful unusual. Well, I don't know what the heck they doing over there. Because I'd been seeing the police on her. Found out the girl had told them that about me. I just said, so they had cameras on me, followed me around for 3 weeks, and finally just gave it up and left. But they do this. So this is why I'm doing this under the hood. You got these people, powerful people with Epstein that don't want to be found out for who they are and what they've done. That's obvious. Even this new that they released, that Blanche released, go look at the reasons for the redactions in that and see it's just another ploy. Now I'm going to show you out my window, and it's going to get dark, okay? But first we're going to walk over here, so it won't be too dark. My baby up there don't want to disturb her too much. That's my 13-year-old. That's a little bit. All right, we're going dark. I'm going to talk. Okay, now we're going over here. And let me see. Now I'm going to angle you out my window. Now see, the problem is there's a grove of trees right there. Now you see there's lights, right? You can see lights of I think that's a shed. I'm not really sure what those lights, but you see that's a grove of trees right there. And I think that one light there, I'm not really sure what they are, but down below that is an embankment. So when I'm sitting back in my chair, really all I can see is an embankment, right? Okay. Now, after this flash of light caught the corner of my eye as I got up to go cut my TV off, it wasn't too long. A car come driving by. All right, now see, this is how I'm leaning back. That's what I see. From this way over here, real slow, and it looked like a light. I'm not sure if it was a flashlight or what it was that they were doing there. But only thing I could think of is some kind of infrared or R35 radar. Now, here's my problem with all this, and they've tried this with other women that say stuff, but they never could prove it, right? It's because it's nothing to prove. I don't do any of that. And here's the catch. They've got cameras in my windows all the time with stuff like this, and I'm wanting you people out there, the reason I'm making this, to be aware of what they do and how evil and how wicked these people are. Reason they're doing that, I think I got them shut pretty much completely out of my internet yesterday when I found those on Roku, and that's how they've been getting in through those Roku settings. So I've got them shut just about completely out. So then I get this message that I woke up a certain type of demons, which I'm not worried about your demons, but I ain't woke up no new demon. This is the same old stuff is why I'm making this. I don't worry about your demons because my God protects me over anything you got. I can tell you that right now. And there's some more activity going on YouTube that supports what I'm thinking. But it brought back those memories of that. So I'm not really sure what was going on over there. It could have been working on something. But that was a bright light caught me right in the car, like a laser light or something. Like you see these laser lights pointing up in the sky and stuff. Them things can blind you, man. It just popped just for a briefest moment and went. But here is the problem with them trying to do these videos, fake videos, or night cameras, or R35 radars. It is not a crime for me to look out that window. I could sit here and stare out that window if I want to. That's not a crime. If somebody thinks that I'm looking or they got some kind of reason to feel like somebody's watching them, no matter who, then they just need to pull their blinds down. That's why you have them. Mine stay open because him. If I don't leave that blind up there, and he's already tore up one set of blinds. And that's why I've got that one and got it open, because little cats and other things at night out here. And during the day, certain people will come up or something. He'll tear that blind down just so he can look out. And I'm not going to pay that much money for blinds every time he can't see out. Besides, this is my living room, and I don't run around naked in my living room. Sorry. But I just wanted to tell you guys to be aware of certain. This is how these people, they're wicked people. The ones in charge are wicked. They don't care what they do. You got You've got flock cameras. You've got shadow police that are corporate working with normal, regular police who are MAGA. And they will try to set you up and make you look like a illegal activity going on in your house just because you're sitting in your chair watching TV. And this is where I was. I was about right here when that happened. See that? All right, now I'm going to put this right here in my face. All right, you see? Now, as you can see, and you've seen my grove of trees out there, it's pure nonsense for anyone to try to make a claim that I was somehow pervertedly watching them from sitting here in my living room. Matter of fact, it's the other way around. If anybody's claiming that, they are actually perverted watching me, right? So this comes down from their leadership. They're in a lot of trouble. I've been posting a lot of truths on them, how they cover up, how they run, how they hide. And these people don't know it, but they're going to be left behind. The thing is, there's not a blanket pardon for criminal activity just because the commander-in-chief there, Mr. Trump, I have a hard time calling that man president. I hadn't seen any presidential activity. All I saw is corporate. Now, this is something about this president and what's going on. That's what you need to keep in mind when you start worshiping corporations and how good they are at leadership and stuff, and you start seeing the truth. Now, all this activity comes by because of, if you ever bought a used car and got screwed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I wanted to make this video tonight and do an underhood because I've went through this for a long time. They started doing this 22 years ago when I turned that corporation in. It's always never worked because it's not a crime for me to sit in my home and look out my window. It is a crime for you to cram every camera you got looking into my house. If you want to put your camera on my yard, fine. But you putting your camera into the house used to be a crime before this bunch took over. They bend the Constitution, they lie, they'll form any kind of false accusation against you. So you people out there truthing, you talking about, I've seen a few of you talking about all of a sudden you having internet problems. If you're having internet problems, and I've seen you talking about these apps, but they got a lot of other ways that they can go around those apps and get into your phone like they were doing with my Roku. And once they get into your stuff, it is hard to get them back out. So if you're a truther and you're going against the neo-libs, now I'm not putting all this just on right wing. You got the neo-libs, which is both parties that want to protect their little honeypot, where it's all coming to them and nobody else is getting nothing. But anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to tell you exactly what I've been going through. Ever since they found out, didn't have these problems till this certain group found out who I was. And they claimed to be Dungeon and Dragon players. They were young to begin with. But after I came out as who I really was, quit using nobody, that was my name back in that time. I had the Blue Tiger profile and went by nobody. And when I came out, oh man, Katie barred the door. They started coming with I call them crackpot. Having people lie. I don't know what it is about MAGA and lies, but they don't have no problem with them. And they constantly have used, I think it's because, I'm not sure how they look at me, but for some reason they try to shift the blame from their commander-in-chief and all these perverted accusations they got going against him with the Epstein files and underage kids and so on. So they feel like it's necessary to make me look like a pervert. Now, what that's got to do with the things I post wouldn't make them true or false or nothing else, only that they could say, see, he's a godless communist. You know how they try to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it right here. I just want to let y'all know what they've done, how they do, and if you're a truther, watch out. Watch your back. because they'll try to make it anything. If they think they can find a weakness on you in any way whatsoever, they'll do it. But I never say anything out of the way to anybody. I never come on to anybody. Not around me, not married, not even in the stores. If you want to watch those videos of me in the store, I'm always courteous and nice, and ain't no flirting going on at all. They can't stand it because they need to try to ruin my reputation. They still want to hack at my character. And it's really important for you to know what they do for two reasons: to protect yourself and understand the reasons why they have to come at my character. They have to try, and this is what they do to everybody. It's what they've always done: slander, libel, any kind of lie they can tell on you, to ruin your character, to make their jaded characters look better. I don't think there's no way that they can make ourselves look better after what we've done, what we've been through with them, and what we have to do to protect ourselves. And I don't know what all the stuff that I've done to show what they do. And let me show you. My TV's unplugged. That's my lamp right there. This is what I have to do at night just so I can make sure they don't get back in. That's the lamp. My TV's unplugged. It's a Roku. This is my 5G's unplugged. The only thing plugged in is the refrigerator, and that's the cord hanging there. And that's what I have to do, guys. Alright, guys, this is Under the Hood. This is just another looking at what these people have done, how they come at their perceived enemies. It's all just character assassination. That's all it is. They have nothing to stand on. They haven't done anything. They haven't accomplished anything. And the only way they can, I guess, go after their enemies is this right here. Thank you for watching this episode of Under the Hood. Next video.